Welcome back to Meet the Creators, the series that introduces you to the wonderful team at Collaborate Agency. Today we're thrilled to chat with senior designer and illustrator Elsa Forster. Hello, Elsa.
Hello.
Let's kick off and talk a little about how long you've been a part of the Collaborate team. When did you join us?
So it was 8 years ago.
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure it was
goodness.
2017, early 2017, because I remember people talking about how bad of a year it'd be when I started. Not for Collaborate, just in the world, So
Mhm.
quite a while now. Yeah.
So did you come to us? What were you doing before you joined Collaborate? Where did you come from?
Well, I was a couple of years out of uni, I think. I'd been doing a lot of like unpaid internships and things like that, and then working in a bar at night to pay my rent. And like, I think by the time I joined Collaborate, it was on an internship initially, and
Yeah.
then I worked as a freelancer, and then I worked full time. But yeah, when I first started working with Collaborate, I was also working at the council answering phones about potholes and things. So I was very
Amazing.
happy to come here and do something creative.
Something creative, absolutely. So, tell us a bit about your role as a senior designer and illustrator. How much collaboration and interaction is there with the rest of the team and our clients?
Yeah, lots. I mean, Collaborate's like our name, so it's the center of what we do, and we always have a really collaborative approach with our clients and our suppliers as well. But also, like as a team, we're all creatives, so we really rely on each other to help us with our ideas and our creativity, and like that extends to people in marketing, people in accounts. Often, if I have a conundrum like, what do I name this fish character? I'll put it out to the team so that everyone gets an input because we're all creative people.
Absolutely. So, working on projects that from our clients, typically, how much creative freedom are you given? Are you able to suggest like alternative options to them, sort of straying from the original client brief? Do you feel you have that sort of flexibility?
Yeah, yeah. It obviously really depends on the client because it varies a lot. Some people um, maybe don't know what they want yet, so you're allowed a lot of creative freedom, and other times people will be very specific on what they want. And if it does kind of feel like what they're suggesting isn't going to work, we do work hard to like present a variety of alternatives, and also to kind of have a go at what they've asked for as well, if only to kind of show that it might not be the right solution.
Yeah, brilliant. So I know we're often asked to turn around projects really, really quickly, and often clients will come to us when it's a rescue project and projects run into difficulties. Can you share a project experience that's particularly challenging and how you overcame it?
Yeah, so one that really stands out is it was a rescue job. It was needed, I think, in time for Christmas sales. And it was a chapter book where they wanted every spread illustrated, but there was no art brief, and they wanted to go straight to color. And we had like a couple of weeks turnaround time,
Wow. Yeah,
which I remember really flagging at the time, going, "This is very like dangerous going in with straight to color with no art brief for this amount of work." And it was kind of like, no, we really need this quickly. We're going to be flexible about what you can do. And then at the first pass, they kind of turned down, I think, half of what I'd done. And this was like after a week of, late nights and like 5 a.m. starts trying to get this stuff done. So that was probably one of the most challenging, but we did resolve it in the end. We got it over the line. I think in situations like that, it really helps to have someone advocating for you, and that's why we have such great agents who are able to kind of manage the client's expectations, let them know what's possible, um, and support you to get what you need to do done.
absolutely. You know, the team's got your back, and yeah, it's about communication, isn't it, at the end of the day? So that's brilliant. What would you say has been your favorite children's book that you've worked on? What made the project enjoyable?
For me, definitely was the Monsters on Mill Street series that I did with
Yeah.
Sarah Sparks. I mean, she's a small publisher, but I think it was one of those unicorn projects where you and the client are just really on the same page. We both
Yes.
had a really clear vision of what we wanted to do with it. She was allowing a lot of creative freedom, um, but also I just loved her writing and her work so much, and we came up with some really, exciting characters that we both fell in love with, and it properly felt like our baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was really, really
wonderful.
happy with how that turned out, and I think hearing about how people are really enjoying it now that it's out in the world is really great, really great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's lovely to get that sort of feedback, and yeah, there's been really, really lovely reviews so far. So yeah, I can see why that would be one of your favourites. Something else I want to touch on, as a new mum, how has becoming a first-time mother changed your perspective and approach to designing children's books?
Yeah, it's been amazing because I'm really lucky that she loves books.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that's, that she's inherited it from me, or I was very keen to just read to her from when she was like a little baby and she didn't care. But I wanted to read the books. So now she loves books. She sees a book and she'll bring it to me and kind of hand it and like sit on my lap and be like, okay, let's go. So we do a lot of reading together, and I think when I'm reading aloud every day, it's made me really much more aware of like the rhythm of narrative and how books work when they're spoken aloud, um, and like how important it is to have characters that kind of contrast each other because you might be doing silly voices for all the different characters, and so it really helps to have like bold characters that also really differ from each other. And if you're reading the same story over and over again, which you do,
yeah,
to include details that, like, there's something new to find every time that you read the book. And that's something that makes a book magical, not just for the child, but for the adult as well,
yeah.
who's
Gives the
reading
book
it. So,
longevity, doesn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. To have those stories over and over again and relive them is like, yeah, I think that's not something I would have considered so much before.
Yeah, oh, well, that's wonderful. That's really, really good. That's yeah, cha has changed your perspective then and given you
A lot, yeah.
and just different outlook on creating children's books. Um, in terms of your involvement with our agencies, focus on creating new IP, tell us a bit about your experience developing original concepts and what your creative process is like.
Sure. So that's always a lot of fun. It's probably one of the most fun things we do here is developing new ideas. And I think all of us kind of walk around with like ideas in our back pocket of things that we think would be really nice to turn into something. So it always starts with us presenting those kind of embryonic ideas to the team, and then you know, we then pick up each other's ideas, become inspired, and build on them from there. And all of the best ones I think that I've worked on have actually been other people's ideas, because it's inspiring when something comes from someone else's brain, and then you can like build on it in your own way, and other people come in and add their own little quirks. It helps it turn into something real and exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the
yeah,
collaboration, isn't it? And it's what works really well
exactly.
for our team. Yeah, that we all bounce ideas off each other really, really well. So yeah, that's really cool. And then lastly, I want to ask you, as a senior designer and illustrator, what advice would you give to an aspiring designer or illustrator who's looking to get into the children's book industry? Do you have any tips?
Yeah, well, I'd say be easy to work with,
Yeah,
because
that's a good one.
there are a lot of talented people, a lot, but you can have an amazing portfolio, but if you're not able to deliver your work on time, or if you get upset at every feedback round, we're not going to be able to work together very well. So you can actually get a long way just by kind of, obviously advocating for yourself, but also just deliver things on time. Don't take on work that realistically you can't manage within your own time frames and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, we always want to help our suppliers and artists, and our team generally. So if there are issues coming up, we try and work around those. But we can't help if we don't know, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Communication again is key, isn't it? It's being honest upfront. And yeah, I think we are a very nurturing and supportive team. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's very good advice. Thank you so much, Elsa, for taking the time to chat with me. It's been a pleasure to interview you. So I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yay.
much.